So I'm Dr. Vengadamani. I'm a director from Amity Global Business School, Chennai. And to introduce myself, by profession, I'm a chartered accountant. And I'm also a doctorate from Human Resource Development from University of Madras. And I would like to thank the organizers, ICT Academy, IELTS, and also the government of Tamil Nadu for giving this opportunity for the panelists and for me to discuss about the future trends in educational technology, navigating the impact on higher education. The landscape of higher education is on the brink of technological evolution. As we stand at the threshold of the future, it is essential to understand both the potential benefits and the challenges of emerging educational technologies. Today, our panelists assembled here shall guide us through some key trends in educational technology and critically analyze their impact on higher education, highlighting real-world statistics also to provide a comprehensive picture. And I would request our panelists to introduce themselves and also a few words on this topic of the day, future trends in educational technology, and then we will go over to the discussion. Thank you.
Good morning, friends. I am Professor Maran, Director of Management Studies at Sairam Engineering College. It's a really very great pleasure to be here as one of the panelists to talk about the technology educations in higher educations. It's a really very wonderful topic. For the past 2 days, we are discussions about the critical discussions about the higher educations, the impact of higher educations for Indian development, economic development. So what is the role of technology? What is the role of technology in higher education? The technology is only solution for the country development, community development. With this, once again, I thank the Elets given a wonderful opportunities, sharing some of my small experience with rich minds. Thank you very much. Thank you.
A very good morning. I am Engineer Philip from Annai Vailankanni College of Engineering, Kanyakumari. I have been Chennai this time. Thank you for the whole team for organizing this World Education Summit. So once again, thanks for all the members who have participated here and the members who has been selected me as a panelist. Thank you once again. Thank you.
Yes, good afternoon. This is Professor Ganesan from J.N.N Institute of Engineering. I'm really happy that people have invited me, and I want to give my perspective on the higher education, particularly for skill development for the future engineer, manager, or whatever the role they are going to play. So today we have a challenging, tomorrow will be still, it is going to be challenging. Because today I want to buy a product, I'll go to the internet, I'll browse it, I'll see the features, I'll see the price, quality. In addition to that, I want to make it the deliveries in time. So when an engineer or an entrepreneur or the manager who has to provide this service has very high challenge. This challenge is not only from local, it is going to be global. Because the product which is going to come from other part of the world, that's the way we are going to select. So the experience is going to change day by day. Product quality cannot change, future cannot change, but the other aspects, the experience particularly, it is going to change time to time. For meeting that requirement, the engineer or the manager or the other person we are developing through education has to face the challenge, and they have to meet the challenge. They have to satisfy the customer and make it delight. So in that aspect, it is a very challenging for the educators, the students, as well as the teachers. So all three has to play their role appropriately. Then only we can able to develop the skill set which is useful for the future engineer or technocrat or the entrepreneur or the managers. So in that line, we have to think lot, because many of the cases, we have a single playground. We want to play every game. That's a problem we have with that. how we can change the playground and the rules, regulations, so that we can able to train the people to meet the challenges and satisfy the customer requirement in future. So in that aspect, I think every panelist and you can also contribute how we can change our the playground so that we can able to train the future people through our education. Thank you.
Good morning all. Thank you very much, Elets team, for making ICT Academy as a host partner for this conference. And I am one of the odd man out, I could say, because all are education leaders, and I am representing corporate and industry. But I work with academic institutions who are all sitting here from Nagaland to Kanyakumari, as Professor said. We have been working with academic institutions on reskilling and reshaping the future of education. So thank you very much for making me as one of the panel members, and ensuring that I also share some perspectiveness on the education front. As we all know, there is a huge change in the technology front, which we are learning and hearing, from artificial intelligence to virtual reality to blockchain and the data analytics, which is very, very important. The transformation of the technology and adopting these technologies by the education institution is very, very important. So that is the given topic for today's panel on the transformation of education landscape through advanced in technology, which is very, very important, where ICT Academy is always a forerunner in connecting this industry and academia gap, always for working with the academic institutions and the corporates to bridge the gap between the industry and academia. We are sure that some meaningful insights from all the panelists will come out of this discussion, and we are also open to answer any questions which is asked by the leaders over here. Thank you very much.
Good afternoon to you. I'm Dr. Ravi. I'm coming from industry background. Again, 3/4 of my career, I was working in a leading technology company as a vice president. So I joined this base school 7 years back. I'm happy to be here because, particularly in this panel, because it's technology and education. Today, no industry can afford to ignore changes in the technology. It's very important that they will be remaining relevant only if they adopt the technology. Education sector is not an exception. I am seeing the technology advancement in education under 3 heads, 3 E's, I would say. One is employment related. That is, you should be in a position to place people. That's very, very important. And how you leverage technology for this one. Second thing is experience. Faculty experience and students experience. How it can be improved. And that's where technology is playing a major role. The third one is efficiency. As Dr. Armugam has explained very clearly how it helped the university to bring in efficiency. Okay, examination is the one clear area where efficiency is possible. Library is another area. And then we can look at integrating various systems. Today we get so many technologies on various modules of academic administration. Okay, the need for today is integration of technologies. E-learning or accreditation or attendance or administration, admission, placement. Everything needs to be in a single sign-on. Okay, that's very, very important. Then only you will have a better experience. So these are the 3 dimensions under which I am seeing the technology. And research is another area where I see a rapid improvement in the technology. In fact, 1 year back when I was doing research, there was only one ChatGPT. Today, there are 100 softwares, tools available to do the research. Every day you see something new is coming up, making your research work easier. I'm not saying that you can use this for everything, but subject to ethical compliance, you can definitely leverage and bring in better research output using the tools available today. Okay, that's one area where researchers find it so convenient to do the research. So like this, there are so many areas where there is a possibility that institutions can improve. Lastly, I would like to say one important thing. As institutions, students are not our customers. Many think that students are our customers. It's not. Students are our products. Our customer is industry. If we want to align with industry, we should impart the technology that is needed for the industry. So we need to be up to date as an education institution and make sure that our faculties are equipped to do that. Thank you. Yeah, good morning. When we were in the cusp of climbing the stage, it was good morning. Now, technically, it's good afternoon. So, good afternoon to everyone. So, the title says that future educational technology. I see it in a perspective where we need to see what are the future technologies which are going to prosper in the teaching learning environment, how it is going to have an impact on our teaching pedagogy, right? Morning session, Kulandevel sir was talking about the pedagogical importance. So what are the changes which could creep into the pedagogical system, what we are following now? And third important thing, what are the framework of education, what we are going to use or see in the future? For say, if I want to start from the framework, we have been used to this outcome-based education framework, which we have been adapting it technically from 2015 onwards. But we may also come up with a new learning framework which could adapt itself to this new changing technological environment. Again, if I want to elaborate about the environment, learning environment, I even see the panel today we are going to discuss about blockchain, AI, analytics. I'm not touching upon all those things. There are few outliers, like think about adaptive learning environment. What happens if sensors are available in our classrooms, and starting from the lighting facility to the environment, how can we make them to sit? Everything could be monitored based on the sensors, and AI algorithm could dedicatedly run for a arrangement of classroom with respect to an adaptive learning environment. Think about Neuralink is in place. Think about how can we leverage BCI, brain-computer interface, to understand the learning pattern of a student, and how can we leverage syllabus according to one individualized, personalized learning. Think about creating a digital twin of a student. When you create a digital twin of a student, you can mimic his learning pattern, you can mimic his interest. Accordingly, we can tailor-made syllabus to a particular cohort or a selected group. Think about using a blockchain or a distributed and real decentralized anonymous education system, wherein I advocate like a student will be able to choose his own path rather than going through the traditional framework or traditional curriculum syllabus pattern. He will be having a freedom in choosing his papers. Anyhow, the path will be same, but how he selects his path could be tailor-made, individualized. When I talk about pedagogical system, you all know, maybe business school people, they may be using case-based learning. Slowly, we are leveraging or harnessing it in engineering education also. Apart from that, you have project-based learning. We have problem-based learning. We also talk about competence-based learning, where again I touch upon the individual pathway. And finally, we are all getting into this experiential learning. Most of the West universities have started sending students for industries, and it's not new to us, but experiential learning is also going to gain more momentum. And finally, the lifelong learning. The World Economic Forum very clearly says 2030, 50% of the workforce needs reskilling, upskilling, or what kind of skilling you call. They need to be totally revamped. That includes our teaching fraternity also. Thanks for the opportunity. I'll stop here with my opening remark.
So let's. Thank you, sir. Let's start the discussion. The first part of discussion will be on artificial intelligence, machine learning, and as sir was telling about personalized learning experience. I would like to ask Bhalaji sir and Saravanan, there is what you call a traditional curricula, and we also talk about personalized learning tools. How are we going to integrate these two?
Thank you, ma'am. So as you rightly said, we are in a mixed world of education and industry. Academic institution or the university follow a pattern of learning, which has been derived or which has been prescribed by the university. But as a industry person, we always debate on saying that academic institution also to work closely with the industry on having more industry-based curriculum. Because as you rightly said, there can be a lot of live cases or live instances which is happening in the artificial intelligence or machine learning, which cannot be taught on a book, which can be learned only, as Sir Bhalaji sir said, on the project-based learning or an experience-based learning, which cannot be given to in any books or any subjects, but it has to be coming from the industry, where industry has a lot of solutions, a lot of problems which can be given as a problem and which can be solved as a solution as one. Second, we should also work very closely with the industry on having the curriculums embedded. What is required by the curriculum embedded or curriculum integration also plays a vital role when it comes to more very collaboratively working with the industry. In that way, we can have the technology adopted very easily into the academic institution, and the industries will also be happy that the curriculum is being followed by the academic institution, or the curriculum or the technology which is required by the industry when they are coming for any recruitment. So we always believe that university follow a traditional way, but we should move from the traditional way of collaborative working along with the industry to hear from them, and also have the industry people in their board of studies or board of advisors, and also work along with them to ensure that industry and academia works close together on the technology integration as a part of the curriculum and not as a value addition or something. It can be a regular part of the curriculum, is my point.
Dr. Bhalaji, you have any?
Yeah, it's about intertwining of AI into education. I think I slightly touched upon certain points where you can consider AI as for me, AI is a tool. More than a knowledge, it's a tool, which I don't have any conflict with the panel members, whatever they have said. But still, the fundamental education plays a vital role in enriching ourselves to adapt to any kind of new technology. If someone would have talked about Gen AI 3 years, 4 years back, we would have laughed. But today, it's a reality. But I don't know what's stored in the near future. So I again insist on strengthening our fundamental education system. And equally, we should also harness the developing technologies like Gen AI. When it comes to learning, we may create an individual tutor for each and every subject by using Gen AI. It's not so far. Already most of the West universities have done, and I know some of the Indian universities have also started doing it. So AI could penetrate into our educational administration, educational monitoring, mentoring. For example, it could be a good mentoring tool to see whether students are accessing the digital infrastructure available in the campus or not. It can also be, again, it throws a lot of data. We can leverage on data, what is the passion towards which the cohort is moving on. In all these aspects, AI could play a wonderful role in a ecosystem of education.
In continuous with this, Sir is talking about AI is becoming a mentor and guiding the student. But this question I would like to ask Dr. K. Maran. That is, we all talk, all teachers agree, there should be a human element to enrich the teaching, to have an interactive learning environment. But I would like to ask Dr. K. Maran, how to strike a balance between this AI automation and human elements, sir?
It's a very good question, I think. First of all, we believe the technologies. Who equip the technology? The human brain only equip the technologies. But today, the technology play a vital role and influencing people's mind. Almost all of them addict for the technology. Take for instance, people nowadays never believe. What happening here? So they never bothering about their wife, but they always bothering about their Wi-Fi. This is the system today. Maran, wherever you go, people always asking, where is that connections? What is the network? What is the network? Even Nagaland professors, I think my mentor, he is in a remote area. Maran, I think the internet connection is very, very rare. So today the people mindset like that. But what I'm saying, whatever the technologies which are there, the people mindset is more important to understand, to adapt, to accept the technology for your development. The human brain is one of the best source of your ideas. Even today we are talking about AI. Take for instance Korean education system. In the Korean education systems, they have started the innovations. I think the Korea is number one innovative country. Even the productivity aspect, the technology aspect, South Korea is the third largest country. Even such a small size of the country, the way of teaching, the way of learning, the way of adapting technology for their education, which is highly useful for their economy. Whereas they are more and more focused on human brains, humanity aspect, ethical aspects. Ethics more important. Today in Indian context, the AI highly useful for the healthcare sector. Even yesterday our health secretary used to tell one conference, the Tamil Nadu government, the hospitals are highly accepting AI for the healthcare systems. The doctors used AI for operations and other aspects, diagnosis of the disease and other things. Whereas the medical students using AI for the preparation of the assignment. Is this ethics for you? The preparation of the assignment, what happening here, the medical students, the way of using ChatGPT, preparation of the assignment, content aspect, is it highly useful for the students? Which always destroy your creativity, critical thinking, design thinking, problem solving, creativities. So that's what I'm saying. You can use the technology. The using of technology is only the certain level, only for your development, for your betterment. Whereas when you are believing 100% technology, you can use only technologies. Because of the technologies I am survival, which never survival of India. This is the millions of questions for the India. That's why the China banned the ChatGPT. Even they are used, they are restricted, they are instructed the children's, school children's what using the use of mobile, internet. Even recently one country introduced, what happened here? Internet, bandwidth, everything, restricted times. What we are doing here, 70%, 80% of the students using internet. But how many percentage of time they are using only for their development, betterment, material resources, research aspect and so many aspects. So that's why as a teacher, what Saravanan said, the traditional teaching method, the traditional curriculum as well as technologies both combined for the betterment of the human, then only we can able to sustaining in the world market. Unless we never sustain and face these kind of problems in the competitive world. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. And this is for Dr. Ravi. We always say that AI-driven tools, no, it is for administrative purposes. But I would like to ask how to create a meaningful students' engagement with AI tools.
Okay. No, I always believe there's a need for natural intelligence. Okay, so it should be combined with artificial intelligence to maximize the output. Okay, when you say administration, again, this is only a limited part of an academic institution. To me, industry is the customer. Industry is using artificial intelligence. How to make the students industry ready on how to use artificial intelligence for the industry requirements. Okay, so if you look at administration is only one part of the area where you can look at artificial intelligence. You should look at how to make use of artificial intelligence for many things. For example, if you have to give an assignment, I don't mind giving it to the students and then allow them to use artificial intelligence. But your question should be not just a traditional type of a question paper. Okay, your question answer should be very different. You should not look at just knowing the answer. It should be looking at how to apply the concept. So if you focus on applying the concept that is read, if your question paper is reoriented for application, then it is easier to use artificial intelligence. So students should be encouraged to use artificial intelligence because that's the way industry is going. So I don't want to stop them, but we have to put certain ethical restrictions. Again, I'm not saying that copying is allowed. All I'm saying is that the way of doing things. For example, once upon a time, we used to do the statistical analysis manually. SPSS became a common thing later. So like this, the tools that are coming up, in fact, I would see at least one tool coming up every day in the research area. Okay, now you have to find out which tool is suitable for you. That is the way actually we are overloaded with the tools in research area. So we have to make use of the technology properly, and the way we have to tune ourselves should be different. We can't follow the traditional method of conducting the exam. You can look at various ways of doing the exam in such a way that there's an application of theory when we are asking questions, not just a theory.
Yes, sir. And I also feel like nowadays they say in 2019 study that has been conducted, 86% of the education leaders worry about AI-driven bias. And there is also some quality of data inputs because the algorithms are sometimes biased. And because of that, an AI bias we see, and it will perpetuate the inequalities, and the transparency also is not there in AI algorithms, which is also questionable. So next we'll go to this hybrid learning model, and because this hybrid learning model became popular, it became popular during COVID-19, and it accelerated the growth of online learning with a 900% increase during March to June 2020. And there are some micro credentials also, like people go for the certificate courses online. And even in 2022 report, it says the US employers, they start accepting micro credentials also. And I would like to ask Mr. K. Ganesan, what are the most critical factors that contribute to the success of hybrid learning? And how do they compare to fully online or traditional?
Actually, you already said it's a hybrid, so we have to go together. But still, for the Indian students, the online learning is somewhat high end. The reason is not everybody comes from urban. There are a lot of people comes from the rural. They find it very difficult to take the professors of IIT and leading professors their interpretation and explanation of the subject. So how we can utilize the available, because India has spent a lot of money. The world can learn from NPTEL, SWAM and other platforms. So it is open up for the world. So our student has to make use of it by support of our teachers. So what we do in our campus, we ask the faculty member to register for the course and also the students, and parallelly both are working together to learn a new subject. That time the assignments and other guidelines are given by the teachers then and there, and whatever the support they need, they can interact with the faculty member using their collaborative learning. This can be effective for the students' learning. So when we learn more than the curriculum, then only we can able to sustain ourselves and we can able to get the right job at a higher salary package. Because everybody will get a 15,000 rupees salary even whether you have the qualifications or not. But we want to make our engineers or the manager has to get a salary of 50 and above. So that time the industry expect lot more. Not only from curriculum learning, beyond that what they learn. So at that time this NPTEL and other online platform will support. So for the self-learning and growth, accelerated growth can be done by NPTEL and other online platform. That time we need mentorship from the faculty member. That will make the online platform learning will be more effective. Thank you.
I understand, sir.
In addition to that, I think today the directors for the Indian companies, we need more than 3,500 directors, irrespective of the discipline. For the irrespective of the disciplines, there are n number of IIM, IITs offering leadership programs, exclusive to the directors programs, how to manage your business. I think for every moment, the online course, the technology is always supporting for the students. The personalized information is more important. How to intuit yourself, involve yourself to upgrade yourself. The upgrading the skills, upgrading knowledge only solution for the individual. If individual is better, everything will be better. So the online learning system, the platform is always supporting for you. There are n number of agencies which are available, not only in India. I think this platforms already started from the Harvard universities, many foreign universities, certification courses. I think there are n number of opportunities which are available for the youngsters to improve yourselves. Thank you.
Sir, then the yes, sir.
So when we talk about online, since we are all educators, very recently UGC has come up with a circular which states very clearly that online education is counted on par with regular education. And I need not to say, you can do, this online education, again, the critical point is globalization of education. For example, if I aspire to do a master's in Georgia Tech, now I have an opportunity. Sitting here in Chennai with the laptop, I can pursue my MS in CS. For that matter, I can do MBA from all IIMs. I can do MBA from few IITs. I can do web-enabled MTech program offered by IIT Madras. I can do e-masters offered by IIT Kanpur. So what I'm trying to say is, this is one opportunity where if we have missed any dream when we were students, or even the current students, if they dream to be in the IIT campus, still they can pursue. And I need not to say the success story of BS. 20,000 students have enrolled in BS Data Science program offered by IIT Madras. The starting age is 20 and the end age is 82. So you can see what is the span of this online education. And I think there are some points which we need to see where how come we can ensure that learning is happening really. So we are evolving. I think we have some time to go and see what are the framework we should evolve separately for this kind of online education.
Let me add only one additional point here. Today, applications are not vetted by individuals. When a company takes application, say 5,000 applications comes, they use a software, application tracking software, ATS. Okay, unless there are certain skills they notice in the application, they won't get selected. So it's not just doing a degree here. You have to have certifications and to prove that you are skilled in that area. Okay, it reads, and that's why this artificial intelligence plays a major role. If you don't have any online courses, the placement may be a challenge because they pick up, say, 100 out of 5,000. The computer looks at only the skills that is reported there. So that's where the online courses play a major role.
That's right, sir. We see there is a trend towards online courses and hybrid education. But I would like to ask Dr. Maran, sir, will it fundamentally change the structure and the role of campus-based education?
I think the campus experience is something different. So what we are saying is experiential learning, People, yesterday I went to airport. Hundreds of students leaving from India to abroad for higher education, even for undergraduate educations. Right? So why they prefer to go to Harvard, Stanford, Sydney, Oxford, NUSC, NTU? What are the basic reasons behind it? We are talking, I think one side we are talking about from here I can learn master's programs, certification programs, leadership programs and so through the online. Whereas the campus experience is one of the most powerful part of the individuals to intuit their mind to become a great leader for the country. So that's why the people prefer, though the experiential learning in the campus, at the same time, the campus always consistently promoting their quality educations through the technology. The technological development, establishing new technologies. Whatever the technologies we are speaking, they already exhausted. They are running. So the campus experience is one of the most powerful part. That's why people prefer to go to IITs. What are the basic reasons behind it? The classrooms management, the classrooms learning, as well as instead of the technology's expectations experience, the individual faculty interactions, the face-to-face interactions. Apart from the face-to-face interactions, take for instance, 2 years back I met one guy at IMK. That guy age only 27 years old, engineering graduates. He did he pursued a post-graduations in entrepreneurships. So in the classrooms around 50 members, his age only 26 to 53, 54 years experience, the age gap. I think experience from industries on entrepreneur or business, the different domains, these are all the chances to sharing your views and knowledge, expertise in the campus. So you cannot ignore the campus. At the same time, you cannot ignore the technologies. So both the campus and the technologies like our eyes. Unless otherwise, we never do anything. So the campus education is always supporting for you. At the same time, you never fail to update your technologies in the contemporary field. So this is my small views about the campus learning experience.
So we could understand that campus cannot be ignored. So, Mrs. Saravanan, do you have anything to say on this?
So as sir said, campus and online education are two ways. I also accept and honor his words. But the technology is always an enabler. As we rightly said, everyone cannot go to Harvard to learn. But my point of view is that there is a support system which is online, which can be used for good and not for bad. So the technology learning or online education can always used as an enabler for the students or the educators to upgrade their life for the good reason. And there are a lot of online platforms, as all the professors said, which is valued and reputed platforms where as an educator or education institution, we can experience that learning and then take it to our students, which is useful for them, because a lot of jargons like digital badging or digital credentials, micro badging, lot of jargons have been used by industry, which is very, very required for a student when he is graduating out of the college. So we as an educator or an industry or an academic institutions can experience those digital credentials, which is valued by the recruiter when they are going for a company, because most of the people are now looking after the digital badging or even the social media of the LinkedIn profile to see how the candidates are good in what is that they have done extra apart from their 4 years or 3 years of degree. So this all will be using of technology, and when they learn any course or any technology course, digital credential and digital badging will also be helpful for them to go up in their career. So I always support, sir. We cannot replace campus, we also accept, but at the same time technology also change. We should also adapt to the technology and also live up to the technology.
Since
Can I add a point here?
yes, sir.
Yes, thank you. Actually, we are talking about the future with respect to technology. A person's success not only comes from the technology skills, there are other part will be the soft skill, where the success of an individual in their organization is meant by only the soft skills. Major portion. You can say that 70%, 30% technology, 70% is the soft skill. A leader has created by interaction with the other people, taking the challenges and making the things work done with the help of the support. So the team, he has to play a role. Then leadership role, creativity, etc., etc. Whatever the skill set you are saying, not everything comes from the technology. So we need technology for competing with the world. At the same time, we need to develop the person in the college or the school about the soft skill. So that part we need the campus. That can be taken from the role model, the campus environment, and the interaction with the faculty member and the fellow students. So that you cannot make it by online learning or other things. So we need both. Every panelist here are accepting we need both. Campus is needed, at the same time technology is needed for online learning and other aspects. So technology is important, the soft skill also important. Both has to be go together, and more the campus oriented learning will make it the soft skill oriented. That marks the individual success, because the attitude will be developed only at the campus learning, not in online learning. Maybe we can earn more, but we cannot be a great leader. Thank you.
See, panelist, I see more support for personalized learning.
No, I have a different opinion.
Yes, sir.
Allow me to talk about it. See, infrastructure and networking. These are two benefits of a campus. Okay. Madam has completed chartered accountancy. Okay. We never, in fact, as a chartered accountant, we never had to go for any institution to study. But you have come up in life, you are a leader, right, in the institution. So it's all possible. But where we need infrastructure, for example, if you need a lab, we need to go to a physical campus. That's where the campus makes a difference. Harvard, why it is different? Because of the resources. Second thing, in B schools, we insist for a physical learning. The reason is networking. Soft skills can be imparted easier if it is physical. In fact, that's one weakness of the chartered accountants also, right? You will agree. So campus, it gives few things, but technology doesn't take away any of these things. Technology is enabling this campus infrastructure. Again, if you do it in a campus, you are better off. Again, again, from a placement standpoint also, people who have undergone a campus course in the campus will always given priority.
That's right, sir. You made me think today. Really, it's a great thinking. Like I could complete CA those years without a campus, right, sir? So there's no campus even today. Even IAS, IPS, there is no campus. Only for training they meet. So we need campus, maybe a 10%, 20%. But now we will say that campus is going to be a virtual campus rather than a physical campus. So.
No. I am for IAS, IPS, chartered accountant. Their basic foundation of the campus is more important. They are not directly from schooling. They already done a graduation from a better institution. I hope all of you here, as a teaching community, you should accept it. Thank you.
Yes, yes, sir, please.
I dealt with institution heads and I gone through all the information, whatever it is from A to Z, like till Harvard Business School or from the Kindle. Without campus, you cannot see the student getting into perfection. See, other things are there adapting to what is, if I'm missing something, as you said. But without campus, networking and learning, that's a holistic development. That is a holistic development. Business, it's a socio-economic. We have to think about the students at the future. So today, even in some Narayan Tech schools, they don't have playgrounds. So we want to bring out the best leaders, building the nation. So unless they come together and meet, network, exchange their ideas, you cannot bring them healthy citizens of the nation. So the reason for education that we are giving is only to develop them to build the nations. If that is not there, if only talking about for our convenience, for our business, for our adaptation, then definitely we are to question ourselves by coming together, investing the funds of the government or institutional heads. No, it is a question mark. So holistic development is needed. So schools, colleges, Harvard Business Schools are very important. Even we have to grow our institutions to equivalent to the world level standards. That should be our attitude.
Thank you, sir.
Sorry for your if
Sir,
anything.
thank you, sir.
That's my positive. That should be.
Thank you,
As a
sir.
visionary leader, as a seeing for the nation development, we have to stick to that kind of terms and condition, and then do business, be good, cherish, enjoy your luxury, whatever may be. But without that, if you are enjoying that, we have to accountable to God and accountable to the people.
Thank you, sir.
Sir, can you also please
In
share
my-
your name and your organization for our audience that is watching? So name, organization, designation, please.
I am in Solid Rock Economic Forum, like World Economic Forum, you said. I am from local, but global. I am working in the holistic nation building visionary with a mission, the ethical, socio-economic and political. In that nation building, education is very important. We are building the students for tomorrow's future, for the building of the nation. So please, this is my passion. I have come for this. I'm not like your teachings. I can teach, but this is my priority, to build people, to impart the right knowledge to the society.
Okay. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you for sharing your inputs, ma'am. With 7 minutes left, over to you.
Thank you. Actually, everyone will agree here, both the panelists and the audience here, like the human element is very important. That is what is Guru-Shishya relationship is. And that will only develop the values and morals that is to be inculcated in the mind of the student. And that can be possible only with the physical campus, sir. And that is what is my personal opinion. It is just a brainstorming part. And moving forward, we have got very little time. So I would like to move on to the virtual and augmented reality, which is bringing a new dimension to education. The AR and VR in the education market is projected to grow at CAGR of 16.2% from 21 to 2026, reaching around $21.3 billion. These technologies make learning more immersive by simulating complex environments such as historical sites or scientific phenomena, offering students a hands-on experience that's otherwise difficult to achieve. So this question is to Dr. David Philip. Do you foresee VR and AR becoming mainstream tools in education, or will they remain a niche reserved for particular subjects like medicine or engineering?
Okay, ma'am. This is the part of a digital literacy. Digital literacy in the higher education will play always crucial for the student success, and it will be preparing that modern technologies like that. And both the digital technologies is always nowadays it's being advanced in all the institutions, and for the management staff like in every management staff it's very important one, and we are all here to preparing the students for their future. So first we have to prepare ourselves in the digital field. This is the main important things, so that a very good platform for us, that means that non-modulant scheme which has been introduced by the government of Tamil Nadu. They are making that scheme as an important one for all the institutions, and that they are giving a training for the faculties also. And the faculties, they have been monitored by the district administrators like collectors and chief secretaries like that, so that digital literacy platform has a very good role in the Schengen visa process countries like Australia and European countries. They are also have a special platform uh, for a national digital literacy alliance like that. It's situated in USA. We are also using that platform for our students also, so that our students getting that good fluency in English, because nowadays here in cities also and in southern side also, southern side students are coming for their higher education to Chennai and other cities like Coimbatore, like that they are coming here, but still they are lacking in their fluency. And so that we are giving the training from the school itself. Nowadays that government of Tamil Nadu is giving the training, English fluency training at Kanyakumari district and all the district, not only the particular district and Tamil Nadu itself they are giving using the digital platform. So digital platform is developing, but there is a few viruses like cyber security. So that now the Tamil Nadu government, Tamil Nadu Police Department and National Police Cyber Security Department, they are struggling a lot to control the cyber problem that arises from the digital security. Nowadays also, many antivirus softwares, they are not accepting the meta software, and also they are not accepting the digital platform itself, because they know from the digital platform they are getting many problem to the students also. That's why.
Thank you, sir. And this question is open to all. There is an accessibility and inclusivity is the issue now, and though there is a global collaboration enriches the educational experience, it introduces many challenges such as cultural differences there, time zone differences there, and technological access. Not everyone can access the technology. So when we took a global survey, we found out that 45% of the students reported difficulties in participating in international collaboration due to time zone difficulties, technological access, etc. So I would like to ask everyone specifically in this, then how can this emerging technologies such as AI, VR be used to break down the barriers for students with disabilities and those who have got underrepresented communities? How are we going to remove it? Sir, can you start, sir?
So, I mean, again, if you look at the recent trend, assistive technologies have gained more momentum. So, we are talking about integrating voice-enabled physically challenged equipments, which could also play a pivotal role in assisting them in the first level. But what I see is in near future, those devices could also turn into an educating devices. Rather than mere direction giving devices, they could also be thought of, can we make them to be feeding some kind of education? I don't say about formal education, but at least non-formal education is one aspect. Second thing, constantly, I mean, whenever a challenge comes, as my panelist already said, the biggest force in this world is the human brain. We have the capability to overcome all challenges. The COVID threw us a lot of challenges as well as a lot of opportunities. We have come up with, if I'm right, particularly Tamil Nadu and Kerala government, they took a big initiative of implementing Li-Fi. Li-Fi as a tool to bring internet to the rural society, and even Kerala government particularly initiated this clustering of government schools. Rather than providing infrastructure to each and every government school, what they did, they identified 1 or 2 schools, they provided all the facilities there, and they provided the proper transportation from other clusters, nearby schools to access that facility. And these are all some initiatives which has been happening around us. And again, I too understand from the question that we have a long way to go, and I feel the young minds will come up with good solutions to overcome this problem.
I think the UGC and the AICT already initiated this kind of issues. I think the practice professors now they are introduced from the industry institute interactions. For the industry institute interactions, ICT Academy is one of the best example, not only for Tamil Nadu, across India, the pan-India. Now they are initiating a wonderful task to understanding the students' mind and the institutional preferences, what kind of technologies they really need. For all these things, what I'm saying, my mindset, what happened here, the student's mindset is more important. What professor said, I think the students keep on learning, or even the medium of thought like English, I think just a matter of 10 minutes in front of HR, that guy would not speak unable to speak in English. Everything should be a practice. The practice is more important. The practice is mantra. So, the facilities, apart from the infrastructures, apart from the governance, the student's mindset or the faculty mindset to be practice. The practice only mantra of the individual development. So, the individual development, which is purely based on the practices and the inner feeling and the real need is more important. So, with this, the technologies nowadays are always, it's always available. Nowadays, I think earlier, what happened, the data science course is not very rare. Now today the data science available, AI is available, ML also available, argument reality is everything. Even the government schools what started to teach AR and VR. So we have plenty of opportunities. But where we are lagging, the student's mind is more important. We need to set our student's mind. We need to shape our student's mind. We need to encourage our student's mind to learn something about the technologies for their development. This is my small views.
The clustering of institution, our panelist told, that's a very good idea. The central government also insists that one, but reality it is not happening. Because everyone, we believe that they are competitor. Actually, we are not have the thought of growing together and winning together. That concept is coming into picture. Then many of the cases we need not create a facility for every college, every school, every region. So many of the cases when we are sharing, each one has certain facility has created, the other people can share it, faculty members, students, and the society. Even many of the programs central government has funded only based on the facility has to be shared by all. Even recent time, the Idea Lab, I have back a presentation, that time also they said how you are going to support the local students, society, industry, faculty member from the schools and colleges, neighboring. So all these cases, they are giving 50% fund, then another 50% an individual institution has to take. So when we are using this clustering concept to a greater extent, we need not worry about the funding and development of the students, not only our college, then neighboring colleges also. So because society has to win over, then only we can say that India is the superpower. Otherwise, in individual college, here and there, they are getting a higher salary, higher package, higher admission. That's not at all going to develop the society. So the society has to come together, sharing the facilities. Each college can create certain facilities by mutual agreement, even industry also together. Then that way we can able to grow and we can able to grab our share in the world wealth. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. So
Last
yes, sir.
one comment on this. See, the digital divide is the biggest challenge in any technology implementation. Of course, I've seen AICT sites how they are providing several things, bringing AI into students' mind. Again, students are very having the right mindset to adopt technology. But the problem to me lies with the faculties. Okay, you have to cope up with the students' mindset. Okay, because they get something quickly, and you should be able to answer that before you find something, give an answer. They are able to get it from somewhere. Okay, so here, this digital divide inside the institution is what we can focus. Okay, while government is focusing on dividing the gap at a student level, we should actually, as faculties, we should actually look at bridging the gap within the institution. See, any technology adoption inside the institution is a challenge because of the divide. Because some people are good at technology, some people are not good at technology. So we have to bridge the gap, and implementation may be ending up in a failure also. Okay, the first thing, as again, what we can control is our mindset for technology.
Thank you, sir. We are still to discuss about gamification, blockchain technologies, but for want of time, maybe during the networking time, we can discuss those points. These opportunities which we discussed today come with significant challenges. Data privacy concerns are there. Technological inequalities are there, which we just discussed, and implementation complexities are there. Ethical issues are there, and these issues have to be addressed. Otherwise, these are all the potential pitfalls we might ignore. If it is ignored, we might feel some failures. So we have to harness the power of educational technology to create a more inclusive, effective, and engaging learning environment. The future of higher education is bright, but it requires us to navigate it with care and foresight. Let's embrace these changes with optimism and a commitment to creating a better educational experience to all. Thank you for joining us.